inspired by these stories. To learn more about a single step and how one voice can make a difference, visit voanews.com/a-single-step.
Welcome to English in a Minute. Straw is a dried stalk of grain. So why are Jonathan and Anna upset about a piece of straw?
Did you hear the latest changes for tonight's party?
What now?
We're not meeting at the restaurant at 7, but at Julie's house at 6.
Okay.
And all the food is going to be vegetarian.
That's the last straw. I'm just staying home and watching TV tonight.
The last straw is that last little difficulty in a long series of difficulties that makes you quit. This expression comes from an old story about a straw that broke a camel's back. A camel was carrying too much on its back, but the thing that finally broke it was a single piece of straw. And that's English in a Minute.
This is Border Crossings. My name is Larry London, and I'll be your host for today's show as we welcome a music star from the 1980s, whose hits include Every Time I Think of You, Change, Back on My Feet Again, and of course, the #1 song, Missing You. John Waite's name might not be easily recognizable, but his smash hits and his unique vocal styling certainly are. From his days with Bad English and the Babies to his own solo recordings, John Waite has toured with Ringo Starr and many other music giants. John's music has topped the U.S. and U.K. charts, and he's on tour today, and he joins us for a live performance and interview. Stay tuned for John Waite on today's Border Crossings.
I put my heart on hold.
Hi, this is Larry London. Welcome to Border Crossings, and what a great show we've got for you today. I'm very excited myself because I'm a fan of this man and his music over the years, going back as far as the 70s. And we welcome to D.C. and to Border Crossings and to the worldwide VOA audience, John Waite. Welcome to our studios.
Oh, it's great to be here, Larry. Thanks.
It's a pleasure to meet you in person. I have been playing your songs with the Babies and with Bad English for many, many years. And
so have I.
So have you. Probably many more times, I'm sure, than I have. But I love the songs. I love your music.
Thanks.
I love your sound and everything that you've been putting out. And are you on tour now for a new album?
There's a greatest hits called Best. And there's like 12 songs that span the whole career. Mm-hmm. That's just come out, that's in the shops. And we got one called Wooden Heart Volume 2, which is like a retrospective. It's an acoustic anthology. And Missing You's on there, Isn't It Time, some of the really big songs, and then some of the obscure songs from past albums that are acoustic. It's an amalgam of like new cuts and old cuts. But it's a beautiful record. It came out of nowhere. Mm-hmm. It only took a day and a half to record the 6 songs that are on the 12 tracks. And I didn't know what I was doing. I was going in there to cut 4 tracks for an EP, because the Volume 1 was an EP. Mm-hmm. And it became 6 tracks, and then I just added these other tracks in, and it was this album. But it's like, it's Spartan, it's stripped down. Sometimes it's just me and one guitar. A lot of it is just me and one guitar. But it's got something that I didn't expect it to have, and it's really kind of an experience listening to it. It really surprises me. It happens so fast.
What's the vibe on the new album? I know you've kind of evolved over your career, and for a while it was rock, and then you did a little bluegrass, and you worked with Alison Krauss.
Yeah.
So, you know, where's the new sound for these days?
Well, no, I started off on the acoustic. You know, I really did. My cousin Michael Deegan is with the Temperance Seven, which is a trad jazz band in England that were big in the 50s and stuff, but he's the banjo player. And when I was a kid, he was a painter who went to art school, but he'd play me Jimmy Rogers songs and Hank Williams and Big Bill Broonzy, and it all came from this national big acoustic guitar with a resonator, and then he would play like acoustic. But I grew up listening to that before I heard rock and roll. So when I look back to the key things that motivate me musically, it's always on the acoustic guitar. Even as far back as the Babies, the best songs were all written on the acoustic. And left to my own devices, I would play like country or folk or Celtic music or blues. But country blues, not so much electric blues like Chicago blues, it'd be Delta, you know. So it all comes from this. And as I got older, especially when I got out of Bad English, when that broke up, I went straight back to the acoustic. It was so natural. I was living in New York City, and the reason for playing the acoustic at that point, other than just I loved it, was that you couldn't make a lot of racket at 2 in the morning. You know, people would knock on the doors and you'd get evicted, you know, so I had the acoustic with me all the time. But it spoke to me, and it always has. And so at this point in my life, when I don't need to sort of do anything other than what I want to do, you know, this is what I'm doing now. It's just gone back to what I loved as a kid.
What's the name of the new album?
It's called Acoustic Anthology, Wooden Heart Volume 2.
Excellent. Well, and that leads me to believe there's going to be Volume 3.
Yeah,
4,
no,
5.
I mean, I'm already thinking about that. We got some downtime in November and December, and there's so many songs, you know. I mean, I got some of the songs that I want to recut from the Babies, like You. There's songs that are just beautiful songs I'd like to sort of update and just bring out without any orchestration or, like, backbeat. Just the acoustic, it speaks so truly, you know. I want to get back to that. And there's new songs I've written, and all of the new songs are like on the acoustic, but they're kind of rock songs. It's not like I'm country, but I'm influenced by country. The intention of country is like storytelling, and I've always had that. I've always been able to like tell a story in a song, and I didn't realize till recently that's where it came from. It's really an honest acquisition, you know. It's like something that happened to me as a kid. Cowboy songs, you know, Marty Robbins. They're all story songs, you know.
Right.
So the natural thing for me to do is tell stories. But it works on the acoustic, not so much on the electric.
Yeah, there's not many storytelling guitar-based bands these days. I mean, you know, you have an artist like Ed Sheeran, for example.
Yeah.
He tells stories, plays the guitar. So it's
you get
great.
it in country. You get it in country and you get it in bluegrass. But in rock's something else.
Yes.
Rock, unless you like Bob Seger, who can like... and obviously Bruce Springsteen.
Right.
There are people that really
Bob
own
Dylan,
that.
the legends,
Bob Dylan, you know, I mean, Dylan's like the, you know, he's Dylan. There's only one Dylan, and he's the boss.
We've got John Waite in our studios on tour for album 11. And
Is it?
I guess you're not counting anymore.
No,
but
I was. I thought it was more like 20, actually.
it feels like it, huh?
No, it's 20. Oh, wow, it's the solo records. It's 11. But if you put Bad English in there and the
That's
Babies,
true. It's
it gets to
probably
like 20 or 21.
Yeah, and
It's
40
insane.
years, right? 40
yeah,
plus
more
years.
than 40 years. I think somebody's trying to make me look good, but I said it's 40 years. It's more like 43 or something, you know?
Well, you look great.
Oh, thank you.
And introduce the guys in the band. Before.
On the stool.
In the stool?
Yeah, we couldn't bring a drum kit. They couldn't fit it in. So we got him on a stool. This is Rondo, Michael Rondo Gillum. He's from New Jersey, and he's been with us for about 10 years. And here we have the man himself, the man in black. This on bass guitar from Philadelphia. We have Tim Hogan. And Mark Ricciardi, also the man in black, on the Martin D28. He's from Staten Island. So... it's an East Coast band, really. And with my sort of New York history, it kind of like, it jives, you know, we all sort of get on.
Now, what are you going to play for us first?
What would you like?
Anything you want to play.
Okay, we can play When I See You Smile.